Hello all you hardcores out there, how are you doing? Hope you're alright. And all you haters, plodding on as you do. Right, let's have a look what we've got jogged down here. I went through all emails yesterday and I've just picked the best ones out of it. Obviously I'm not going to read a lot of them out because some were personal. That's why what we're going to do is just put the camera on the emails, but some of them, the emails were private emails that were sent regards opinions inboxing, and I don't want them going out there. But John Calderwood, not happy with current content, wants me to return to old Porky. How many times have we heard that in last week? I'm not really sure what to say to that, John, but I think I did reply to you. What it is, nobody gets anywhere, do they, in life if you're going to curse and swear. Now, I won't fetched up to swear, so I'm going to take a leaf out of my upbringing and not swear. Although I think when I got to be about 15-year-old, I think both my parents did swear, but at me. But I don't think anybody's going to, I don't think I'm going to get anywhere with channel if I swear, so I'm going to try not to swear. But I do think I have got Tourette's sometimes with boxing, but so there's going to be no swearing. If you don't like it, John, well, there's not a lot I can do, is there? But you know, when K Official have been really good to me, and they do all uploads for me and everything now, and edit stuff and that, and my friend Rico, they don't want me swearing either. It's not good swearing. Nobody's ever achieved anything through swearing and not showing any class. Dennis always just said to me, try and show a bit of polish when we go into this next place, Russ, and not flare up or lose your cool or swear. So that's the way I'm going. If nobody likes that, you don't have to watch. I mean, I'm not going to read everybody's questions out that are very similar to this, but there's a few people, I'm not going to mention the names on here, but they keep watching. But there's going to be no swearing. If I'm a company man for that, so be it. But how can I be a company man when it's my company? Porky, you're a company man because you don't swear, or somebody said some other comments. What, because I don't swear I'm a company man? That's crazy. How can I be a company man? How am I a company man? What are you people on with? I think you just do it for a reaction, don't you? So there's going to be no swearing, but I appreciate your comments, John. Keep sending the emails in, but there's going to be no swearing. So every now and then I might let loose with a rant, but I'm going to try and come out with statistics. If you need to get your point across, you need to use statistics. I don't need to rant. Statistics and opinions is what's going to move the channel forward. Ingram Jones, he's done well with his channel. You don't get Ingram swearing, do you? So nobody ever did anything swearing in their life. So Colin Elliott says, do what you want on your channel, Porky. Number 2. Colin, thank you very much for your comments, Colin. You always send me nice emails. You always spell REET as in R-E-E-T. So I'm assuming that you're a North East lad, Colin. But thanks for your comments, Colin. My mum once said to me, if you can't say anything important or positive, don't say it at all. So positive thinking, that's what we're trying to achieve. Positive thinking. Jason mentions about Nines walking out AJ out in his last fight and singing about crack and killing and guns, etc. And yeah, I feel you on that one, Jason. Anthony Joshua did get walked out to the ring in his last fight by that Nines, whose words in his songs are about killing and crack and gun violence and stuff like that. And not one person from the boxing media questioned him about it, did they? Why? Why is that? Well, it's one rule for one, innit? If Tyson Fury or Dillian White had come out to that song, there would have been hell on, wouldn't there? But because it's Big Dossa Femi, nobody's allowed to say anything, are they? Because they've got the media boxed off, haven't they? So, what can you do? 2 seconds. You did a Reg, good boy. But I'm just getting ready to, we're training at 6 o'clock. Time is it? 4:30 on a Monday. Let's have a look. Andy McKenna says, can I give Ross O'Neill? Thank you very much. Andy McKenna says, let's have a look what we've got here. Let's have a look. Andy McKenna says, can I give Ross O'Neill a shout out as fan of Matchroom? He's a casual, but he's a fan of Porky's Corner as well. So Ross O'Neill, your friend Andy McKenna wants me to give you a shout out. He says that you're a Matchroom casual. Hey, imagine that, being called a Matchroom casual. It's like opening up your Christmas present, innit? On Christmas 1981 or something. You know, and everybody's driving around on grifters, and you've got a chopper and you're devastated. But you wanted your chopper 4 years ago. But who want to be called a Matchroom casual? So, Colin Elliott, thank you for your email. He agrees that Robin Reed beat Calzaghe. Well, according to CompuBox, Robin won 8 rounds, and he also landed more punches. But if we were to go on CompuBox, nothing would ever get done, would it? Robin Reed were never going to get the nod, were he, on an old Fish Eyes Frank show. But that overhand right, Calzaghe were eating it all night. If nobody agrees with me, go and watch the fight with Robin Reed and Joe Calzaghe. Go and watch it and see for yourself. And they took a point off Robin Reed, didn't they? Lost by a split decision, and the referee took a point off Robin, didn't he, in round 8. But I've got one of these now, these fuel things for iPhone, but it's wrong connection on it. It's no good. But look at that. What do you reckon? Porky's let loose with a torch. All I want to do now is break down on motorway so I can go like that and hold it while I'll change it to spare wheel. Well, I could do with a better bulb in there, I think. Zach Evans says hello. He was the lad who didn't like my Tyson Fury in his Tyson Fury in decline video, but fair play for pulling me face to face. Yeah, I remember you, Zach. Did you come up to me with Daniel Goodwin at the end of the night in Bulgaria? And you all surrounded me, all and you're about 6 foot odd. Are you Porky? Where's Porky? I thought, here we go. But yeah, thank you very much. Isn't it nice when boxing fans, they don't agree with something that you put out? Like I did a video, didn't I, and it said, is Tyson Fury in decline? Now it's a question that I'm putting out, but I did a video about it. I didn't think Tyson looked back to his best against both them comeback fights. So I did a video, is he in decline? What's wrong with that? Now, Zach, you didn't like the video, at least you told me to my face, and that's good. Instead of people issuing threats or wanting people's addresses or fly tipping on car pictures or ringing up making nuisances of yourselves or things like that. Boxing's full of opinions, isn't it? It's like they're like ears, aren't they? Everybody's got them. But well done, Zach. You pulled me face to face. You didn't like the video, and you're a Tyson fan. Well, some videos I don't like that people put out about Carl Froch or Ryan Rhodes, but I don't go around ranting and raving about it, and you didn't. So nice one, Zach, and give your pals a shout out. We're nice to see you all. It's a pity we couldn't have gone for a drink afterwards, but no worries. Tech Stevo says, what's your verdict on Johnny Nelson Usyk is not as technical as Bellew blog? Well, I think I mentioned that in a video, didn't I? Johnny Nelson, I think we're now used to Sky wheeling him out saying the opposite. You know, like everybody said McGregor had beat, everybody said Mayweather had beat McGregor, but Johnny were wheeled out. He said, oh, I can see how McGregor beats him. He's a lot fitter. He could see how Kell Brook stops Golovkin, and he could see how Takam is like Holyfield, and George Foreman rolled into one, and you know, things like that. And he's got that much of a name now as the guy who goes against the narrative, but really it's a put-up job, isn't it? Because for him to come out with things like that, a former world champion, it's embarrassing, isn't it? But I think we all know now that Johnny is told to say that, isn't he? They're told it's all on pay-per-view buys. Sky is run by pay-per-view. If you don't go with the Sky narrative, you'll be like Glenn McCrory, won't you? You'll be up the road. So Johnny Nelson, I know what Johnny Nelson gets a year, and it's a lot of money in it, but you know, it's up to him, innit? He knows he's embarrassing. What can you do? He probably laughs about it. Craig Bennett, can you return to your old style, Porks? I've already explained that, Craig, but thank you very much for your comments. It's nice that you take the time out to notice about your old pal Porky and how I'm getting on. Thanks for your concern, but you know, obviously it's my channel, innit, and I'm going to do what I want to do on it. But thanks for your chat, thanks for your concern. But I've got this far so far, haven't I? And trust me, there's things are going to be happening. And all you people who keep sending me comments, and you know you are, the comments that are not so nice, God, you're going to be on your knees next year. Oh my God, going to go into meltdown. Well, thanks for your comment, Craig. And I did have a look at some of your comments, what you've said about other things, Craig, and you do know your boxing, but how I conduct myself, you know, it's up to you, innit, if you want to watch or not. I can't force you to watch. Do you know what I mean? Jane Sutton, oh sorry, is it Jamie Sutton? Yeah, I say if it's points, Usyk will get the nod. White, Usyk, Pulev, Miller. Oh, you're on about where they're going to go next for AJ. You're probably right. He's probably going to go Dillian White, Usyk, Pulev, Miller. I think what's going to happen is, I think they'll go Pulev next in April, then Miller, then Usyk, and I think the Dillian White fight against Joshua, I think that's always going to be there. So I'm going to go with a curveball. But people are saying Dillian White against Joshua is the favourite one, aren't they, for April? But I'm not so sure. There's a lot of obstacles in front before that, isn't there? There's Chisora's in way. There's Pulev's people, and I actually spent a bit of time with Pulev's people in Bulgaria. And, you know, Eddie Hearn's already in talks with them. That will be before they fought Yui. So, as far as I'm concerned, Joshua against Dillian White's not a done deal yet, is it? Although people in the know are saying it is, but boxing throws up surprises, and Dillian White against Joshua is always going to be there. But Dillian Whyte, they're making him jump through hoops, aren't they? He's on his 3rd pay-per-view and he's not fought a European title fight yet. Who's to say it's not going to be Yui Fury against Chisora in April? Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Or Yui against Dillian Whyte? We don't know, do they? Boxing throws up loads of surprises, so... But we're all going to be glued to our TV sets, aren't we? Because we're all like playing a little part, aren't we? But it is what it is, isn't it? Daniel Goodwin, cheers for the photo. Thank you very much and your kind words. It looked like you'd had a few of you lads on that night, but it's a good night. Right, Gavin Gilbert asking about investing in fighters and who would it be and how much, blah blah blah. And yeah, I think that's a good idea, Gavin. But you know, boxing, you could get 10 people investing £150 a month into a fighter. That's £1,500 a month. That'll probably pay for fighter's expense, but what's the trainer going to get? What if the fighter gets an injury? You know, really, it needs to do a job properly. A trainer, just one trainer who's going to come out of retirement, who I've got in mind to train a certain person. I have got a person in mind who's looking at going pro, and I have got somebody in mind who's going to train him, a former world champion. Well, that former world champion is going to want a wage in it to do 3 sessions a week with him. And then you've got that particular fighter, he's going to need some backing every month, isn't he? And what if he gets an injury down the line, or they can't get on shows, and what if he doesn't sell tickets? There's all sorts of things that can go wrong, and boxing is a bottomless pit, Gavin. We can all start off and mean well, and then before you know where you are, you could end up with somebody like Dave Allen who don't want to train. Now when Dennis had David Allen, David were on £200 a week off Dennis. He used to give him £200 a week, and Dennis ended up letting David go in the end. He said, your job is to train and be ready for fights and be fit. Now if you're not going to the gym and getting fit, but you're taking £200 a week, that's not good. But I think David's learnt from that now. But you can quite easily lose your money. If you want to invest in a fighter from age of 21 up to 23, you're going to need 30 grand just for him alone. He's going to need a weekly wage to get to the gym, isn't he? Then you're going to need nutrition and stuff like that. Now, fighters at the top end, though, I know, they're on £500 a week, but it's usually brought in by sponsorship, and that's for their expenses. Rent, expenses, nutrition, food, petrol, mobile phone bill. They all can't go to work if they want to do the job properly. So to invest in a fighter, you need £500 a week. But then the trainers, you need somebody to train them. They're going to want £100 a day, aren't they? So it's a £1,000 a week job. This is why heads of gyms, they have a head of the gym and he trains several fighters in the gym. That's how it works. For example, a certain promoter might have a small-time TV deal, and he might have his own gym and a head trainer in that gym. That head trainer, he's got to be paid for every month, hasn't he? He might train 4 or 5 fighters. You can't just have one person training one fighter. If you do, that fighter must be somebody really good. He must be like an Olympian or an ex-Commonwealth medalist, or that person can devote a lot of time to that person. So that person's going to need a wage, and also the fighter's going to need a wage. And then, like I've just said to you, what if the fighter doesn't sell a ticket? Who's going to pay for it all? You know, there's a lot of, it's a bottomless pit, boxing, and you can lose your money. And then the fighter, you could get into a world title and you could have all that investment in him, and if you've only got an handshake with him, you're going to get Eddie Hearn come along and take him off you. What then? He's going to need a new team, isn't he? It's a ruthless business, Gavin. Well, yeah, I'd be willing to meet up with you, and the investors that you've got in, did you say you've got 5 or whatever I'd be willing to meet up with you and have a chat, but I can only tell you the bad points about it all, and that anything like that is a risk. But I can introduce you to people who might be interested. and I've got a couple of people in who are looking at turning pro who I speak to, and there's these couple of people they're wanting to go with a certain trainer. So yeah, we could work something out, but like I said, not everybody's forced to get the money back. It's not all romantic. It's not all like Muhammad Ali when he turned pro, and didn't he have 9 investors? They all put money up for him, didn't they? He was an Olympic gold medalist though, Muhammad Ali, wasn't he? So very risky business, Gavin, but it's very nice that you're enthusiastic and that you're asking me, and I could put you in touch with somebody. Yeah, but like I said, it's a very, very risky business, and my advice to you would be just to stay as you are. Just stay as you are and sit back and don't throw your money at it. But it depends what fighter comes along, doesn't it? For example, if you'd have invested in Callum Smith in 2012, well, he's only just won world title, hasn't he? It took over 6 years, hasn't it, for him to do it. So you'd have 6 years where all that money invested, X amount a month, 6 years. Now what after 5 years, if Callum decides he wants to go elsewhere because he's won British Commo for European, what then? Everybody loses the money, don't they? Unless somebody's tied down on contracts. And what do contracts mean in boxing, really? They don't really mean anything, do they? If they did, Jamie McDonnell, British Commonwealth, European, World Champion, Upton went to Eddie Hearn, didn't he? So what do contracts mean? They don't mean anything, do they? So there's a lot of people lost a lot of money in boxing and people around boxing. I could tell you horror stories about people who are riding out at the moment, but they've ridden roughshod over people. Got people to invest thousands of pounds and then just took mickey out of them. So my advice is keep your money in bank. Now, Stuart Clarkwood, why is Hearn the worm messing White about? I agree, but does Dillian care? Third pay-per-view, not for EBU yet, says one and finished. I agree. Is Eddie Hearn, Stuart Clarkwood says, is Eddie Hearn messing Dillian White about? Yeah, I think he is. I mean, how much longer is Dillian White going to be waiting for Wilder? Why didn't Eddie Hearn push for the Wilder fight for Dillian White? Why? Why did they let Tyson Fury nip in? For what Dillian White, for what Wilder's getting paid to fight Tyson Fury, he could have fought Dillian White. But they have their own agenda, don't they? Eddie Hearn wants to keep it in-house. If Eddie Hearn's got a fight with Chisora, it's in-house, isn't it? Chisora and White are with Matchroom. Nice and easy, isn't it? If you've got Wilder against Dillian White, you're dealing with third parties, aren't you? Like Shelley Finkel and Al Heyman, Lou DiBella. For example, Eddie's got Clarissa Shields on a one-fight deal. Eddie will now be sniffing around Savannah Marshall, won't he? You know what I mean? Wanting her to go and fight Clarissa Shields, but it'd be easier if she were a Matchroom fighter, wouldn't it? For Eddie Hearn, but she's not. She's an Hennessy fighter, isn't she? And a Peter Fury fighter, but it's good for Eddie Hearn to keep it in-house. But that's just my opinion. I think fights are made easier when they're all in-house. Usyk against Bellew, that's an easy fight to make. They're both Eddie Hearn fighters, aren't they? Cardill against Burns, easy to make. So John Calderwood wants more ranting. I think we mentioned that earlier, John. You must have sent that in a couple of emails, John. Terry Fox, oh, it's on my phone, that one. Oh, look. Oh, that were a good question, if I remember that, Terry. I think that were a good question. Let's have a look. To get a bulb in, that's on its way, that one. Oh, I'll come back to that when my phone's turned on. James Sutton, it's on my phone. 2 questions from James Sutton. Have a look. Here we go. There's another one here. Nick Johnson, will Huey win a world title at all, Russell? People keep sending me these questions in, don't they, about Huey Fury. Will Huey win a world title? Will he win a world title? Not on that performance the other night against Pulev, he won't win a world title. No, but I thought he beat Parker and he would have had a world title. But not on that performance against Pulev. But, like I said, he got cut, didn't he? And if people don't like that, well, lump it. I was sat a lot closer to you people. I was sat like from here to the camera away from the ring. I was sat on a table next to Ron Lewis. And I saw it all a lot better than you people did at home on your TV screens, listening to David Hay. Now, will he win a world title? Matched correctly, yes. Does he beat Wilder and Anthony Joshua at the moment? No, I don't think he does. But he's a different age group to them. Wilder's 33, is he? Joshua's 29. Huey's 24. So when Huey's 29, between 29 and 32, if he hasn't won a world title, I'd be very surprised. But he's got time on his hand, hasn't he? He's got a lot of time on his hand. Huey's 10 years younger than Joe Joyce. So, what do you think to that? He's 11 years younger than Chisora. So I think he got about another 30 fights on them, hasn't he? So, if he can't get manoeuvred into a world title shot in next 30 fights, I'd be very, very, very surprised. So, can he win a world title? Yes, he can. Will he win a world title? Well, I think if you're going to get a world title, you need a bit of luck, don't you? In the ring and out of the ring. And I think Mick Hennessy's had a bit of bad luck out of the ring. And I think Huey's had a bit of bad luck in the ring with an injury and with judges. So, I think maybe let's hope that all Huey's bad luck, all that's gone now. Let's hope he just has a bit of rub of the green, so to speak. But we'll see, won't we? Oh, my I'm not going to send out because it's a surprise for all you Porky fans, especially the ones who keep sending me abuse. Got a nice surprise for you next couple of weeks. Oh, here we go. Right, let's see where we are. Oh my God, can't read that out. That's too long, that. That's off Stewart. Oh, it's the one off Terry Fox I'm looking for. No. James Sutton.